And if all else fails, David Attenborough went to Clare, so you should come, right? My shirt is wrinkled, the lighting's awful, you can probably hear a load of background noise, and I haven't been having a great day because I listened to Taylor Swift's album all day today, pretty much, and as much as I love it, like it's an amazing album, it brought up some feelings. But hello, we're going to talk about Clare today. So and I can't speak, let's add that to the list. I received a lot of requests to talk about my Cambridge college, which is Clare. So I'm just going to run through some things that you should know before applying, some stuff from a student's perspective as well, because I know that obviously the open days were cancelled this year. And yeah, there's going to be some subject specific stuff for medicine towards the end as well, so if you're thinking of applying for medicine, that's going to be there too. I tried to make this as comprehensive as possible and as helpful as possible. I don't know what else to take. Timestamps in the description. Also, I'm really rushing through this because I have already filmed this video once and it was an hour long, so we don't want that. Oh yeah, and I will try to add some pictures and videos from my vlogs into here as well, just for like the visual aspect, but do beware that I obviously can't be in Cambridge right now, so it is just my crappy vlog quality. But yeah, so let's begin. I have the notes in front of me because I'm a prepared queen. So description of the college, I've separated this out into little categories. First of all, Clare is it's the second oldest college actually after Peterhouse. It was founded in 1326, not that anyone cares, and it is located on Queen's Road, kind of in the backs, so behind King's. I will insert a map so you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, the cohort size is about 140, so it's like a medium-sized college. It's not the biggest, not the smallest. I think that that is like a perfect number, personally, for me, because you can get to know everyone if you want to, but you also obviously don't have to. And the college itself isn't actually that big, like it doesn't have massive grounds like some other colleges do. Yeah, and I also thought it was worth mentioning you should check whether the college offers the subject that you want to do, because I'm not too sure for Clare, like most of the main subjects are offered, it's kind of more like niche ones that might not be. Okay, so I think the main thing that Clare has going for it, amongst many things, because it is the best college, is the beauty aspect. Like, it is such a pretty college. It has beautiful gardens, and we have a bridge that overlooks the river because it's a riverside college. It's just generally really, really pretty. One thing I will say, because I thought that it would be a disservice not to mention this, is that there are building works going on. Accommodation wise, you are offered accommodation on site for all 3 years of your degree. I'm not sure about 4-year degrees, I would say check that, but most degrees for the 3 years you're on site. Yeah, so the accommodation in Clare is actually split between different sites of the college, unlike some other colleges which are all in one place. So we have Old Court, Memorial Court, the Colony, and then Clare Court. So Clare Court is for graduates, and I'm not going to lie, I've been there like once, so we're going to not talk about that. But Memorial Court is the main court where freshers live. All of the freshers live there, so it's quite nice because like you get to know everyone. Then Colony is where most second and third years live. You can choose to live in Memorial Court, there are a few rooms available. But yeah, most second and third years live in Colony, which is about 10 minutes away. And then Old Court is like the main old bit of the college. And usually third and fourth years would live there. Obviously, currently no one's living there because it's being refurbished. But yeah, there is a real mix of room types. So you've got en-suites, you've got sets, which means that you have like a little living room area as well as your bedroom. You have just normal single rooms. You also have shared sets, so you would have 2 rooms with a shared bathroom. Basically, when you're going into first year, you would kind of put a rank of the types of rooms that you would like, and they try to accommodate that as much as possible, but they allocate your room randomly. And then when you move into second year, you would ballot for your rooms, so it's done randomly. You can either ballot with your friends or you can ballot alone, and you're basically given a random number and that determines the order in which you can choose your room, and then that's flipped the next year. So if you've got a worse room in second year, you can get a really good room in third year. I think it's one of the fairer ways that Cambridge do this, because I know some colleges allocate rooms based on grades. No thank you. But yeah, anyway, price wise it really does range, I think from about 800 or 900 to about 1,600 per term. Yeah, it depends on the room, the type of room that you get. There's also a charge for the kitchen. We do have to pay extra for Wi-Fi, which I know some other colleges don't. And another con, because I'm not going to be completely biased in this video, is that the kitchens are quite small in Clare notoriously. They're small and we don't really have ovens or freezers. We don't actually, I don't know why I said really there, which kind of sucks a little bit. But if you watched my vlogs, you would have seen my room in first year and my room in second year. They're really different. So in first year I lived in this new block that was added to Memorial Court, so it was like really modern rooms, kind of like a hotel vibe because it was a big long corridor, but those rooms were really nice. It was ensuite. The kitchen was so nice. The kitchen was massive. So yeah, I really liked that room. And then in second year I also lived here in Mem, but it was an attic room, so it was one of the like old style, like with wooden beams and stuff, which is what most of Mem is like. It's kind of, you know, Cambridge vibe. And that room was so nice. Like, it was so big. I had like 2 seats with a coffee table, 2 desks, 2 desk chairs. Like, it was huge, which was really nice, and it was so cozy because it was an attic, and there was a sink in my room. It wasn't ensuite, but there was a sink. So yeah, it's really nice. Those are just 2 examples, obviously, of rooms. So moving on to location, we're flying through this today. It is a central college. It is, so basically Old Court is like the main site, even though it's not really. And then you walk down this path, like over the bridge, down a path, and you just cross the road and then you're in Memorial Court, so they're really close. And then Colony is about 10 minutes away from Memorial Court, but obviously it's closer to some bits than others of Cambridge. So Colony is really close to Sainsbury's. Old Court is literally like a 2-minute walk out of town, and Memorial Court is actually in a really good location because it's like a 10-minute walk, not even to town. The university library is right behind Memorial Court. Like, you literally walk out and you're at the library, which is amazing. If you do a humanities subject, most of those are situated in Sidgwick site, the faculties, so that is literally like a 3 to 5 minute walk away from Memorial Court, which is also amazing because you can literally just like dash to lectures really quickly. Yeah, so all in all, it's a really well situated college, and it's also quite nice because like it's not directly in town, so you don't have to deal with loads of tourists and stuff like that, but it's close enough that like you're basically in town, you know? Okay, so facilities, or like ones that students use the most. So laundry, obviously we do have to pay for laundry, which is a bit annoying, and it is coins only, which is even more annoying, but that's fine. Food wise, so food is a pay-as-you-go system, so it's not included in your college like termly bill. You would pay for food if you want to buy it from the college canteen, which is called the buttery. So if you want to cook your own food, like, you're completely free to do that. I know that that might be different at some other colleges, I think. The food itself is alright. The best food that they serve is at formals. And the absolute best food is at book club dinner, so, you know, row. But yeah, they are quite accommodating of dietary requirements, so they always have vegan and veggie options. I think Mondays are now meat free. The whole going green thing is quite a big thing in Clare as well, which is good. Obviously we have a college library. Ours is called the Forbes Mellon Library. It is shortened to the FML, very aptly. I'm not quite sure why no one realised that, but yeah, it's not like the nicest library ever in Cambridge, but it's really, really cozy, and actually like I truly miss going to the library. So like, and it's located in Memorial Court. Then we have computer rooms, so there's some in the library, there are some in different staircases. Common rooms as well. There is the library common room, which is such a nice place to just sit and like chill, because you can literally just leave, like walk out of the library and you don't actually have to leave the building. You just go into a room and like you can drink a cup of tea and chill. So yeah, that's really nice. College owned punts. Since we're a river college, we have punts that students can use, so you don't have to pay to hire a punt from somewhere, which is quite cool. We have a sports ground, which is actually quite far from college, I'm not gonna lie. So like, yeah. Music practice rooms. Claire is really big on music, and there are practice rooms where you can go and like practice your instruments, which you'll never catch me there because I am absolutely musically disinclined. There is a college gym in the colony, which I won't lie is very small from what I've heard. Have I ever stepped foot in there? No. However, the university gym sports centre thing is like a 10-minute cycle away from Memorial Court, so it's really not that bad. Well, the lighting is truly doing bits, but yeah, we also have a bunch of random stuff that I've probably forgotten about. Yeah, we also have gatehouses in Memorial Court, which are basically like, they're kind of like they're not shacks, they're made out of brick, but it's basically like a room and people can have parties in there, like if it's their birthday or something, I don't know. So yeah, and that leads me nicely on to social life. See what I did there? So yeah, we have formals. Obviously it's such a Cambridge thing. It's basically just like a fancy dinner. They do them in Clare, I think on Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday for undergrad, I think. And they're quite well priced for what you're getting. I think it's like £7 or £8, but honestly don't quote me on that because I can't remember. And yeah, basically if it's someone's birthday, usually you would get all your friends to go to formal with you. It's just like a nice little way to celebrate. We have Clare Cellars, which is the JCR, and it's basically like an underground bar. And there's like a separate like seating area with like sofas and stuff and like a pool table. It's the JCR, but it's quite cool because it's like, I think it's one of the few student-led bars in Cambridge colleges, and they do like Ents there on Fridays, but there's also a load of other events throughout the year like jazz nights and stuff like that. So yeah, and then there's obviously loads of sports teams, clubs, and societies in the college as well that you can join. Obviously I have to talk a bit about rowing because we can't go video without talking about rowing. But yeah, Clare Boat Club, it's cool, you should join if you're coming. I thought I'd just talk about the vibe, because obviously that's quite important. So it's actually like a really open, welcoming, friendly college. It is known for being the friendly college in Cambridge. It's also quite progressive from what I've read / heard. It isn't as like strictly traditional as other colleges, which I think is quite nice because obviously coming to Cambridge can be a massive culture shock. So yeah, I think like Clare is just a really nice place to be, and there's a big focus on welfare as well, which is nice. I thought I should mention they do stuff like welfare teas, there are movie nights in the auditorium that we have. And quickly moving on to subject specific stuff, so I do medicine. I've gotten a lot of questions about interviews at Clare and I will do a video about that, because I have just decided to just tell the whole story from beginning to end. But supervisions, so all teaching is done at university level pretty much except supervisions. So personally at Clare we generally have like 3, maybe 4 supervisions a week, obviously in the first 2 years because I haven't done third year yet. Yeah, from experience we don't get set as much work as other colleges. That isn't to say that you shouldn't be doing work. But I really like the vibe of Claire in the academic sense, because it's not ridiculously like academics being shoved down your throat, which is really good. And like the academics that I have met, like the people, have been really nice. Like the supervisors are really nice, albeit sometimes scary, but really nice. And my directors of studies both years have been also really nice, and I think that they've got the priorities set straight, because I know, like, you hear stuff about other colleges and stuff like people being discouraged from doing extracurriculars and stuff because like they've got to focus on their work, but it really is such like a chill, relaxed atmosphere at Clare. I remember in first year my DOS was literally like, all I need you to do is pass. Both years it's been encouraged that we do stuff beyond our degree. They don't pressure you to like, you know, get a certain grade. They are really understanding, and yeah, it's really refreshing given the stress that Cambridge already is. So that's the main reason why I'm so glad that I picked Clare, because it is really just like a nice supportive place to be. And quickly, medics wise, generally, like, it's quite a small comparatively year group. So normally they would admit 12 medics. In our year group there are 9 medics, which is actually quite nice because you get to know everyone, and it is kind of just like a little support system. Like other colleges, some of them have like over 20 medics. I thought I'd just finish off with talking a bit about why I chose Clare, because and by the way, I'm not saying that this is right, because I definitely don't think, to be fair, there's no right way to choose a college, and at the end of the day you're most likely gonna fall in love with your college anyway. But personally, I had no idea where I was gonna apply to, like, until probably not even a week before I had to send in the application. It came down to, like, I started eliminating colleges, so colleges that were too far, colleges that were too modern, colleges that were too big, colleges that were had too much of a reputation, if you know what I mean. And then I think in the end I was choosing between like Pembroke, Emmanuel and Clare. And this is so bad. Basically, I was sat in my head of sixth form's office and I was literally just like, I don't know, I have no idea. And she was talking about how someone the year before had gone to Clare, and I was there like, if they got someone into Clare last year, maybe I should apply. I actually hate myself. But all in all, I actually think I made the right decision. Like, I'm happy with where I am now. I also personally looked a lot at admissions stats, which I have now come to realise is low-key very silly, because there is a pool. So, like, if it's oversubscribed, then you would just get put in the pool. And it changes year from year anyway. So don't do that. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it was helpful somewhat. There was more stuff that I did want to kind of expand on. My mum is running water again. You know, I don't have the patience for this, so I'm just going to keep talking. There's more stuff that I wanted to expand on, but I don't want this video to be too long because all of my videos are like half an hour and nobody wants that. But yeah, if you enjoyed it / found it useful / you just want to see more of my adventures at uni when I eventually go back to uni, do give this video a fun thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and yeah, I will see you in my next video. Bye!